Moving up to a bigger home, how to avoid the 6 biggest mistakes that can cost you money. I'm Katrina Montgomery, residential real estate broker and head of the Montgomery Group real estate team. Before I get started, I just want to let you know that you can download your free report by clicking on the link below. Most people who already have a home do not have to buy a bigger one, but they want to. So they want the process to be fun and exciting. But they tell me they are nervous about making mistakes that could cost them money, or worse, missing out on the perfect home. If this sounds familiar to you, you're not alone. Lots of people wanting to make a move go through this. Well, there is one thing that always works, and that's knowing what mistakes to avoid up front before trading up. By the way, I just wanted to say that if you or anyone you know is thinking about making a move to a bigger home, the report I mentioned called 6 Biggest Mistakes to Avoid When Moving Up to a Bigger Home is probably something that can help. It's available for free at katrinamontgomery.com, or you can simply message me here for it. It'd be my pleasure to pass it on. So I wanted to give you a little story. I met a couple recently who shared their story of moving from a bigger home. They went from their first home and wanted to move up to a second bigger home. They were having all kinds of issues just trying to get in the door to look at new homes. Because, for example, they didn't have their financing squared away. And because they needed to sell their home before qualifying for a new loan, what they found was that most sellers wanted pre-qualified buyers only in their house by checking it out. Not only was there the issue of financing, but they had to sell their present home at exactly the right time in order to avoid either the financial burden of owning two homes, or just as bad, the dilemma of having no place to live during the gap between closings, which is an issue for us here in a hot market. I certainly understand what they were sharing with me. Most people tell them they dream of improving their lifestyle and moving to a larger home. But there's sometimes a discrepancy between the hearts and their bank accounts. For example, you drive by a home that you fall in love with, only to find out that it's either already sold or that it's far more expensive than what you were willing to pay. Most homeowners get caught in this hit or miss strategy of home hunting when there's a much easier way of going about the process. For example, find out if your agent offers a buyer profile system or a house hunting service which takes the guesswork away and helps to put you in the home of your dreams. This type of program will cross-match your criteria and all the available homes on the market and will supply you with printed information on an ongoing basis. If you want to get the best price for your home, for the home that you're selling, there will certainly be things that you can do to enhance it and make it look as best as it can in the prospective buyer's eyes. These fix-ups don't have to be expensive, but if you do have to make minor investment, it will often come back to you tenfold in the price that you are able to get when you sell. It's very important that these improvements be made before you put your home on the market. If cash is tight, well, investigate perhaps an equity loan that you can repay on closing. You should plan to sell before you buy. This way you will not find yourself at the disadvantage of the negotiating table. If you feel pressured to accept an offer that is below market value or below the number that you had in mind, because you have to meet a purchase deadline. If you have already sold your home, you can buy your next one with no strings attached. If you do get a tempting offer on your home, but haven't made significant headway on finding your next home, you might want to put in a contingency plan. That will go into the sale contract, which gives you a more reasonable time to find a home to buy. Pre-approval is a very simple process, one that many homeowners fail to take advantage of when moving to a bigger home. Well, it doesn't cost or obligate you to anything. The pre-approval gives you significant advantage when you put an offer on the home you want to purchase, because you know exactly how much house you can afford, and you already have the green light from your lender with a pre-approved mortgage. Your offer will be viewed in a far more favorable light by a seller. Sometimes, even if it's a little lower than the offer, than another offer, because you're backed up by a pre-approval, they're happy to go ahead with you. Getting caught in the real estate catch-22 is one of the biggest dilemmas when buying or selling a home. But there are ways to eliminate this dilemma altogether. We offer a guaranteed sale trade-up program, for example, that actually takes the problem away from you entirely by guaranteeing the sale of your present home before you take possession of your next one. You can always message me or call me directly on 514-220-0505. So these are a few issues and mistakes along with tips to know about when moving to a bigger home. So again, a free report detailing the 6 mistakes to avoid when moving up to a bigger home is available on my website at katrinamontgomery.com, or you can message us here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found the content interesting, and if you did, I would ask that you could like it and share it and pass on our details to anybody who may find this report helpful. So thank you very much. Have a super day, and go serve.